What a day, folks. It has been a glorious day for a news cycle. Has anybody else besides me been watching what's going on over in Saudi Arabia with Trump over there being treated like a king? Those people over there who love and respect him and appreciate him and all the businessmen that he brought with him. They're just licking their chops at the opportunity not to just do business with Trump in America. I'm talking about more than $1 trillion worth of business. Going to be closer to $2 trillion before it's all said and done. That's what it looks like, including a free plane out of the deal from Qatar. Trump's got a 3-day event over in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and another nation in Arab Emirates as well, and going to get treated like royalty the whole time. These people have respect for Trump. They realize he's the real deal. He's a businessman, and he is going to help everybody get paid, make money, and keep the peace. And that's really what we all want in the end. No matter 99% of the world leaders just want to be able to provide for their people and get paid. And if Trump can make that happen versus killing each other like he did this week with India and Pakistan, the world is a better place. I cannot believe just the number of accomplishments that Trump is juggling, one right after another. I mean, the Ukraine-Russia deal is going to be peaceful in the end. Pakistan and India are going to stop shooting at each other because they prefer to make money, and that's what Trump basically said to them both. That is a great way to negotiate. Why hate on each other when we can make money together? That's always seemed to be a great way to do things. I've never seen anybody else be able to use tariffs and business negotiations to prevent people from trying to kill each other. And speaking of that, Trump has got some people in his cabinet or around him that I do not appreciate, even some people on the plane with Trump and Elon and his cabinet. I'm talking about Sam Altman and a couple other people, Reid Hoffman. Both these guys are avid Trump haters, but they are also tech giants. And so, therefore, I guess Trump needs them. Maybe, maybe not. But he is somehow or another let them become part of the fold of people he surrounds himself with in the business world. Most of these people are billionaires, and Elon Musk doesn't get along with Sam Altman at all because he ripped him off at one point over a deal. But Trump tends to see past a lot of the problems that he's had with people, even people that have tried to support Joe Biden in 2020 with tons of money, people that have even threatened to have Trump killed, and just, I mean, I'm not that forgiving of a person. I'm sorry. Just doesn't come natural for me. Maybe I need to speak with God about that. But Trump seems to be able to take his enemies and get right next to them, get to talk to them, get him to realize he's not the enemy. And somehow or another, he's forgiving enough to let them in. Everybody from Bill Maher, who talked trash about Trump for 10 years, who he invited to the White House, to having like Sam Altman and Reid Hoffman on his plane, flying across the map, being representatives of America as a part of this deal. Everybody that's going over there is going to be able to make money with the Saudi Arabia. There's a big conference going on about that as well. And they're just happy to be seeing Trump and his team of billionaires and brilliant tech giants to come with him as well. Been a glorious day for a lot of reasons. Egg prices are down. That's glorious. Gonna help. But there's so much going on in the news cycle. As a matter of fact, James O'Keefe this week has been teasing about dropping Epstein files, and today he has got a still shot footage of the inside of Jeffrey Epstein's kitchen, kind of as a teaser, because he's letting us know that he has got some of the information, video footage of inside of one of Jeffrey Epstein's mansions, and it'll be dropping soon. That was what that's all about. Basically, he gave us a trailer today. So when that hits, I will be letting you know. In other news, we do have issues with Alina Habba has had DHS arrest these clowns, including mayors, that decide they want to barge the gates and storm the gates and block the entrances to this detention facility just the other day, and it's become a big deal. Well, Alina Habba says, we're going to do it, deal with it, investigation is still ongoing, and a magistrate steps up and says you need to quit talking about this publicly, considering it's a real case. And I can't totally disagree with that. Maybe she shouldn't be coming on TV and talking about it if these people are fixing to get the book thrown at them. Let the book get thrown at them, let the charges stick, and then we talk about it. But at any rate, there has been several people that have weighed in on this situation since this has happened. And of course, I'm talking about some of these crazy Democrats like AOC. She says there will be hell to pay for arrest in New Jersey. Democrats who attacked the ICE agents, we're going to have a problem, is what AOC says. And there's been several more comments about this as well. Tulsi Gabbard says we're going to start taking down the deep state. If I've got to fire these people to get them out of here ASAP. So Tulsi Gabbard today has started firing several people in the National Intelligence Council after the radical opposition to President Trump has been revealed to her. Now, Trump said he is going to get to the bottom of, he has sicked the Justice Department on getting to the bottom of the Biden last-minute auto pen pardons. And so there's an active investigation going on about that one, too. Another investigation. And I do encourage everybody to watch a little bit of what happened today with Trump and over in Saudi Arabia. It was actually very, very gracious. They did a great job of making him and his whole team feel welcome. But I do got some great breaking news. This just happened this afternoon at 6 p.m., which was just minutes ago here on by my standards. Breaking, another judge has been arrested. A federal grand jury indicts Milwaukee judge Hannah Dugan for obstructing ICE arrest. Now, about a month ago is when this actually happened, but now it's finally catching up with her. It says a federal grand jury on Tuesday indicted Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan for obstruction of ICE arrest last month. Last month, Judge Hannah Dugan was charged with 2 felonies. However, the charges in the grand jury indictment were not immediately clear. This judge, on May 13, after day-long hearing on charges that she tried to assist an undocumented immigrant escape arrest from her courtroom. Remember that last month? She tried to sneak him out the back door, tried to lie to the ICE agents. Well, they were caught and detained, and she was caught as well. Says it wasn't immediately clear what charges were contained in the grand jury indictment. Dugan is expected to enter a plea at the May 15th hearing. The indictment came after a string of witnesses entered a federal courthouse throughout the day on May 13th to testify before the jury. Says last month she was arrested by the FBI for obstructing justice, and due to her obstructing immigration enforcement. This is a new video from our cruise, Matt Smith's cruise, Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan and her attorney leaving the federal courthouse in Milwaukee and not commenting, but the FBI arrested her at the MKE County Courthouse this morning. She's charged with 2 felonies for obstructing ICE last week. And that's that clip's a few days old. But yes, this lady's in trouble. She's going to jail. I'm glad to see it, folks. I am so ready to see some of these clowns go to jail. All right, folks. Now, while Trump is out of the country with a good part of his administration team and some of the people that he has surrounded himself with for business purposes to help bring America First policies into effect in other countries. And I'm just glad to see that he has brought a huge team with him. But I also think that we all need to pray for him. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me pull Jesus' head. I don't want to have Jesus' head chopped off in the video. Uh-oh. Let me back up. I bumped my button. That's not it. All right, what's going on here? Hold on, folks. I'm having a whoopsie. Whoops. All right, let's go back to what I was doing. There we go. That's the picture right there. Let me see if I got it right down here. Can't have Jesus' head chopped off in the picture, folks. There we go. Like I said, folks, everybody, we need to pray for Donald Trump and his entire administration. Everybody that is involved with trying to make this country great again, because they definitely need our prayers at this time, considering they're halfway around the world, around a lot of our enemies, and even flying with some people who I would consider enemies of our country, that Trump seems to be willing to let be a part of the process. He's more forgiving and trusting than I would be. That's a fact. All right, folks. Now, what I'm talking about here is a clip from Benny Johnson. It's kind of long. He had a 3 or 4 hour live feed today, and he was discussing some of the people that are around Trump during this whole visit, and his entire clip I thought was worth repeating, worth hearing, worth sharing. And so I'm just going to bootleg it over, and we're going to listen to about 10 minutes of Benny Johnson, because he makes great points to a message that everybody needs to hear. Hats off to Benny Johnson for this one. Now we're going to go back to about the 35-minute mark.
Allowed to shake hands of women? I don't know. There was a
All right, this here is some of the list of the people that went with Trump to Saudi Arabia. We've got Larry Finks, BlackRock CEO. Some of these names I recognize, some of them I don't. But truth be known, we got Sam Altman there as well. Several of Trump's immediate cabinet, his chief of staff, Pete Hegseth there, Elon Musk is there, Howard Lutnick is there, some of his top people. But Benny had a really, really good point here, and so we're going to get into that together. Let me pull me down out of the corner. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're getting a full list. I saw Sam Altman there. He's the head of ChatGPT. That was kind of interesting. So yeah, all right. They've misspelled Elon's name. Got it. All right. Steven Schwarzman, CEO of Blackstone. Larry Fink, Blackstone. Jenny Johnson. We were so close. There was a time when Donald Trump shouted out Benny Johnson, but he meant Benny Thompson from the J6 committee. He called me a criminal. I'm not a criminal. We have this directly. We have it directly from the White House. He meant Benny Thompson. But yes, Donald Trump did call me a criminal from the Oval Office. Okay, so Jenny Johnson there, very sad. Man's there? No.
All right, let me skip past.
For in a war, you can't just win a war by fighting with your own side. You have to win a war by deteriorating and destroying the weapons of the enemy. That's how you ultimately win. If you just fight with the same weapons, if both teams are just fighting with the same weapons, you'll end in a stalemate. It'll be World War I. You have to take from the enemy, take resources from the enemy, steal their weapons, steal their energy, steal their power. Is this what President Trump is doing? Look at some of these articles. Reid Hoffman funded E. Jean Carroll's lawsuit against Trump.
Listen to this.
Reid Hoffman is a man who has openly quipped that he wanted to kill Trump. LinkedIn founder clarifies quip, wishing he'd made Trump a martyr. This man is traveling with Trump on Air Force One? Guys, this is insane levels of magnanimity, I suppose. If you just want to call it, you want to call it something, call it that. Thank you to our producers for getting all this very quickly. I wasn't planning on seeing this. Guys, I think that I would be less shocked if I saw Bill Clinton on the manifest. I'd be less shocked if I saw Barack Obama on the manifest. You remember Trump, Obama? Chatting it up, broing it up, laughing. Can you get me that VO? By Reid Hoffman Fox News had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars because of Reid Hoffman attempting to destroy. Here's a scalp. You want to know what a scumbag this guy is? What a piece of garbage he is? And here's Reid Hoffman funding E. Jean Carroll. Sorry, I'm just going to... Just give me one more minute on this, okay? And then I'll...
Helped steal the election. Was on Epstein Island. Funded E. Jean Carroll, the one that sued Trump. Wished Trump dead. What's the other one? There's a couple more. Just right off the top of my head, there's a couple more. This guy is bad news.
I'll stop. Jeez. Reid Hoffman destroyed Tucker Carlson's career.
There's another one.
The lawsuit against Fox News got all of Tucker's texts and emails and stuff. That went into discovery. Then that gets leaked to the New York Times. And Tucker Carlson, like anybody, is just like talking smack about anybody and everyone, including people, his bosses at Fox. That gets leaked to the New York Times. That gets Tucker fired. Reid Hoffman was responsible for that lawsuit. LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman considering leaving U.S. after Trump victory. This is how effed this guy knew he was. He was also on the Epstein list. Here's Elon Musk talking about Reid Hoffman to Tucker Carlson, the guy who Reid Hoffman, in part, I think, got fired. I'm not sure we could say it like it's one for one, but the lawsuits that Reid Hoffman funded were directly responsible for many of our friends and many of the people that we know and loved, Bongino's one of them too, getting fired from Fox. This guy is like he's the not only the opposite of a President Trump friend, he's a true blackened enemy of Donald Trump. And now he's with Trump in Saudi Arabia, flying no doubt on Air Force One with Trump in Saudi Arabia. What meetings are happening there? This is crazy. This blows the Bill Maher thing out of the water. I can't believe this. Elon Musk on how evil Reid Hoffman is and why Reid Hoffman should be in jail for what he did on the Epstein.
I just want to thank Benny Johnson for bringing this out. I've known what a piece of shit Reid Hoffman has been for a whole minute, but I never really put together all the different things that he has done to shit on Trump and shit on this country. And I'm just glad to see Benny bring it out, considering he's over there with Trump. Him and Sam Altman are over there with Trump.
On Epstein's Island.
Part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation. Like the DOJ might actually move forward.
There are a lot of videos, apparently. Those rooms on the island and I think out in New Mexico were wired for video.
Right.
And
where's the video? I mean, between Diddy and Epstein, there's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that the people on those videos are lecturing the rest of us about our moral failings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
What is that?
Well, I mean, part of how they deflect attention from themselves is by, criticizing the morals of others.
Yes.
So it's sort of like a preemptive moral strike.
Yes.
I mean, as I said, I think those who are saying Trump is a threat to democracy are themselves actually the threat to democracy.
Wow, that is a mic drop moment right there. The people that point the finger at you and scream the loudest have actually got three fingers pointing back at themselves, and that's why they're loud about it. And that's just the truth of the matter, folks. I just thought that was a great point that Benny brought up. Why in the hell are we letting Reid Hoffman go anywhere near the White House. I know he's with LinkedIn and he's connected with all the tech CEOs and everybody has to get along and all that, but I don't think I'd be bringing somebody that wished me dead on a plane with me. I'm just not that forgiving and trusting of a person. Sorry. But I believe Trump's got adamant security, and I believe since I've seen the Saudi jets escort Trump's plane, the Air Force One plane, in for a landing while the king left the palace to come meet Trump on the tarmac for a royal gathering, I'm not sweating. Trump's going to be just fine. Everybody wants to do business with Trump, and for the most part, 90% of the world leaders, I would say, out there are happy Trump is in power versus the last guy. Sippy cup. All right, folks. That full interview is over on Benny Johnson. It was 3 or 4 hours long, but I just brought you about 7 or 8 minutes of it that I thought was just super informative about Reid Hoffman. And he goes a little bit into a couple other people that are on the plane as well that not too trustworthy, but he's the main culprit who really doesn't need to be there. I wouldn't be accepting any food or drink from that guy. And I do encourage everybody to watch a little bit of this event of Trump going overseas. It says, holy smokes, Trump takes a blowtorch to the neocons and interventionists while speaking to the Saudis. This is a victory speech over globalism. It is crucial for the wider world to know it is great transformation has not come to the Western interventionists. And we'll go ahead and listen to it. This is good. This is Trump speaking before the Saudi people.
And it's crucial for the wider world to note this great transformation has not come from Western interventionists or flying people in beautiful planes giving you lectures on how to live and how to govern your own affairs. No, the gleaming marvels of Riyadh and Abu Dhabi were not created by the so-called nation builders, neocons, or liberal nonprofits like those who spent trillions and trillions of dollars failing to develop Kabul, Baghdad, so many other cities. Instead, the birth of a modern Middle East has been brought by the people of the region themselves, the people that are right here, the people that have lived here all their lives, developing your own sovereign countries, pursuing your own unique visions and charting your own destinies in your own way. It's really incredible what you've done. In the end, the so-called nation builders wrecked far more nations than they built, and the interventionists were intervening in complex societies that they did not even understand themselves. They told you how to do it, but they had no idea how to do it themselves. Peace, prosperity, and progress ultimately came not from a radical rejection of your heritage, but rather from embracing your national traditions and embracing that same heritage that you love so dearly.
I agree wholeheartedly, and that should go for every nation. Last but not least, folks, before we get out of here today, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet or made a comment in the comment section yet, I don't know why not. Let me know what's going on in your world, where you're hollering at me from. Holy smokes, Trump takes a blowtorch to the neocons. Yes, he did. Check this out, folks.
Please pay my respects to your father. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Looks like CPAC. Respect. There it is.